Previously
on Recast.
Should I make a solo recast video for a character like Wolverine, or do you want me to lump those into the group ones? I guess we'll find out today, won't we? What's up, Titans? TC here, and boom! Today is the day that I'm going to be recasting the MCU's X-Men. Now, I went older with my X-Men picks because I think that the X-Men are truly the best when they're in their prime, and not when they're just beginning and starting to develop their abilities, but when they're in their freaking prime. That being said, the characters that you're getting today are Bishop, Iceman, Rogue, Gambit, Professor X, Magneto, Beast, Storm, Cyclops, and Jean Grey. And maybe, at the end, maybe I'll just throw in a secret character. You'll have to wait and see. So without further ado, this is my MCU X-Men recast video. Enjoy it.
Working on it, but I don't even know where the hell I am. We're on a planet surrounded by doorways. Go through one. Which one? The big one.
Well, wait a minute here, TC. This is clearly stupid already. Idris Elba played Heimdall in the Thor movies. What kind of shenanigans are you trying to pull here? Calm down, Troll C. This is probably the only actor on this list that wouldn't be plausible because he was such a big impact of the MCU being Heimdall, okay? Even though I'm pretty sure he hates the MCU's guts at this point for making his character just so whack.
His name is Charles Xavier.
Charles Xavier.
And he's in a wheelchair.
Got it. Stanford, wheelchair. What else?
Might be with his best friend who wears a metal helmet.
Bobby Drake, aka Iceman, should be the younger jokester of the team. Very similar to Johnny Storm's dynamic with the Fantastic Four.
You come easy, or I get to make cocktail ice for 100. Sorry, pal. You're skating on thin ice.
The X-Men overall can be a very serious bunch at times, and it's always nice to have that one character that's able to wisecrack and play off the more stoic characters like Wolverine for their hilarious reactions.
It's cool, it was disgusting.
Enter Dylan O'Brien. Dylan O'Brien is that classic goofball type actor who can also act his ass off for serious roles when needed. He's appeared in comedies like The Internship as well as serious dramas like American Assassin. His name has also been thrown around a lot when it came to the rumored Spider-Man casting pre-MCU before they decided to go with Tom Holland, and honestly, he would have made a great Peter Parker. Now, if you watched my Fantastic Four recast video, you already know I want Efron for Human Torch. Having that combo of Dylan O'Brien and Zac Efron as Iceman and Torch would be freaking awesome, as they've always had a competitive relationship in the comics and their personalities being so similar. So I have no doubt that Dylan O'Brien would absolutely be the best fit for the MCU's Iceman.
Wow, very innovative. It's not like everybody and their mama has been casting Dylan O'Brien as Iceman since the history of time. Hey, when they're right, okay? I have no ego when it comes to my picks. If the person is perfect for the character, then that's who I'm gonna choose, regardless if that's what everybody is saying, alright?
Game on, brother.
I'm not your brother.
To the great adventure.
What's that?
Death.
Oh, Gambit. A rumored solo movie with Channing Tatum has become a freaking meme at this point. RIP. Anyways, enter my choice for the MCU's Gambit, Garrett Hedlund. Now, Garrett has been around for a while with appearances in movies like Four Brothers, Tron Legacy, and Triple Frontier. But the movie I want you to pay attention to in regards to considering him as the Raging Cajun is a movie called Mojave. In this movie, Garrett is Gambit. Let me say it again, or better yet, let's hashtag it. Hashtag Garrett is Gambit.
are you? No one in particular.
My name is Oliver Queen.
He's got the hair, the jacket, the southern drawl, accent, and everything. Forget Taylor Kitsch. Garrett Hedlund would be the best freaking Gambit we've ever seen. He would definitely bring that character back to prominence if given the opportunity. So Garrett Hedlund would be my choice for the MCU's Gambit. But every Gambit needs his rogue, and goddamn, my choice is fire.
He says I left him, but he left us first.
Lucy, I'm so sorry.
And this hero wears a skirt. How am I ever going to compete with her?
So I'm not gonna lie, and tell me if you guys feel this too. We've been kind of gypped when it comes to Rogue on the big screen. For being one of the most powerful women in the Marvel Universe, you would think that they would want to showcase her more. All we've seen so far was Anna Paquin's Rogue from the first 3 X-Men films, and let's just say, well hell, there's no sugarcoating it. That Rogue kind of sucked. Enter Jenna Dewan, and oh boy, do I love me some Jenna. But I also love me some Rogue, and I mean, do you guys remember that booty from the 90s X-Men animated series? I knew I wasn't the only one.
Ew, TC, could you be even more disgusting how you objectify a woman like that? How disgusting. I would never think of Rogue in any way like that, you sexist pig. Right.
Few moments later.
Hey!
So I was first put on to Jenna back in the day in the movie Step Up with Channing Tatum, and would you look at that? The Channing Tatum that has been rumored to play Gambit for the past decade. If only this movie would have came out years ago. Oh well, if my cast somehow became reality, then Jenna would be the Rogue to Garrett Hedlund's Gambit. Anyway, Jenna has that long brown hair, and that's just screaming for that white stripe along with the beautiful green eyes. I can totally see her pulling off the Southern Belle we need in Rogue. Not to mention, she's currently playing Lucy Lane in the CW's Supergirl series, so she's not shy about stepping into the superhero swimming pool. So Jenna Dewan is my choice for the MCU's Rogue.
For my parents, David and Bella Belsky. For my brothers, and for all the others.
Bond. Yes, James Bond would be the perfect Magneto of the MCU. Daniel Craig has been preparing for a role like this his entire career. Now don't get me wrong, the Bond name and character is already an iconic brand, but to take over as the new Magneto for the MCU, carrying the torch that Michael Fassbender had carried for so long, would be an epic transition for Daniel Craig. Now Fassbender was no slouch. He has a lot of love from a lot of people about his portrayal of Eric Leshner, aka Magneto.
Where were you when your own people needed you? Hiding! You and Hank, pretending to be something you're not!
So following in his footsteps is not going to be an easy feat. But Daniel has this intimidating presence about him that I think would fit perfectly for this character, and I think he could thrive in becoming a villain for once. Definitely check out the film Defiance, in which Daniel plays a Jewish victim of the Nazi regime who literally sets out to avenge the death of his parents. Sound familiar?
We will start rebuilding the lives that you have all lost.
This is classic Magneto. Marvel, if you give Daniel a shot at this role, there's no doubt he would nail it. So Daniel Craig is my choice for the MCU's Magneto.
Would that it were so simple.
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 My dear boy, why do you say that? Why do you say twere?
From bald villain to bald hero, Ralph Fiennes would be my choice for the MCU's Professor Xavier. There's only a few things I look for in choosing the next MCU's Professor X. Number 1, does the actor look good bald? And number 2, does the actor have an intellectual presence about him that would inspire confidence in others and motivate them to fight for the cause? And a British accent helps too. Why? Because a British accent just makes you sound smarter.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Mexico City. What were you doing there?
It's just a coincidence. I was taking some overdue holiday.
Okay, fine. As of this morning, you are officially grounded.
That should be your future Magneto and Professor X right there. Now, Ralph Fiennes is probably best known for playing Voldemort in the Harry Potter franchise, but the dude is a hell of an actor with an extensive filmography.
Wasn't there a moment when you kind of knew the Voldemort look was working when you were on set?
Anyway, I passed by this little child. I just looked at this boy. He just burst into tears.
Watching him interact with Daniel Craig's Magneto would be freaking amazing. I really don't need to say too much more. Ralph Fiennes is my pick for the MCU's Professor Xavier.
Chaos out there, Rachel. There's nowhere to put these people. There's nothing to feed these people.
This isn't how it was supposed to be.
None of this is how it is supposed to be.
Now here's a shocker. I actually think that Kelsey Grammer was an excellent choice for Beast in the early 2000s X-Men films. He came off as smart, distinguished, and respectable. Funny enough, the only thing he really lacked was the Beast aspect of Beast. Nicholas Holt's Beast was alright, but I never really felt like he was playing classic Beast, probably because we were getting the younger, inexperienced version. So my pick for the MCU's Hank McCoy is going to be Jason Clarke. He's not the largest name out there in Hollywood, but not every X-Men character who I'm going to cast has to be the biggest name or A-list celebrity. In fact, I think it would actually hurt the cast, as some of the X-Men are just more significant than others, so it makes sense to have a nice range of known and fairly unknown actors and actresses. Clark is definitely a throwback to Kelsey Grammer's Beast in the sense that he kind of carries the same gravitas and presence about him that just screams Beast to me.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm losing my mind.
Clark has been doing more sci-fi and horror films recently with the likes of Terminator Genesis, The Winchester, and the Pet Sematary remakes, so he definitely fit right into this genre. So Jason Clarke is my choice for the MCU's Beast.
What would your ideal job be?
I'd love to play a superhero.
Sticking to my statement about giving fairly unknown actresses a shot, my choice for the MCU Storm is going to be Deborah Ayorinde. Sorry, I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but I couldn't find a pronunciation of her name anywhere online. I literally went to YouTube and typed it in and everywhere and tried to find anything, but nope. Her largest roles have been in movies like Girls Trip and The Affair, but she's made even a couple appearances as a character named Candace in Marvel's Luke Cage series on Netflix, but if you blinked, you probably missed her.
Wait a second here, TC. You said she's already in Luke Cage, which is connected to the MCU. So you're telling me you want her to play another person in the MCU? Okay, give me a freaking break here. It's not like they've never done that before. You guys remember Mariah from Luke Cage? She looks awfully familiar to that girl who was confronting Tony Stark in Iron Man 2. Whatever.
So why her? She's perfect. She was born in London, so even if we needed her to pull off the accent that we all fell in love with from the Storm from the X-Men animated series in the 90s, she could do that.
We X-Men learned something very special here, Jubilee. How to control our mutants' powers for the benefit of mankind.
She's drop dead gorgeous, but at the same time, you could sense that she's a total badass, and she would fit perfectly standing next to T'Challa.
Who is your favorite actor that you look up to?
I would say Angela Bassett.
So aside from the fact that she said she's always wanted to play a superhero, that she looks up to T'Challa's mom, and that she's already been in the comic book genre with her part in Luke Cage, you guys want to take a stab at her favorite movie?
What is your favorite book, film, and music right now?
Book, The Alchemist. Film, Black Panther.
Did you guys hear that?
So Deborah Ayorinde would be my choice for the MCU's Storm.
Port headed northwest, bearing 289 towards San Francisco.
I don't like your head. Your entire head is just ridiculous. to me.
So I'm just gonna say this right now. I love Bryce Dallas Howard as an actress, even though she was part of those god-awful Jurassic World movies. She's about the only thing that makes those movies watchable, for me anyway. But I've been a fan of Bryce ever since I saw The Village when I was younger, because that's still one of my favorite suspense movies of all time. And I thought her performance was incredible, and I think she would make a fantastic Jean Grey of the MCU. And get this, she's actually ginger with gorgeous red hair that I think is perfect for Jean. She's flirted with the superhero sci-fi genre, being in movies like Terminator Salvation, and who could ever forget her fire performance as Gwen Stacy in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. Bryce is ready for a role like Jean Grey, who serves as a maternal figure for the team, but is also capable of being one of the strongest X-Men when called upon. I think Bryce would be the perfect yin to the actor I've selected as Cyclops' yang. So Bryce Dallas Howard is my pick for the MCU's Jean Grey.
Radio no good. No music now. No dancing.
No, you don't understand. I needed to call.
You need to make next step.
Where are you going? And why are you walking like that? Do you know where the mines are? Because I'm standing on one.
So before Matt Reeves went with Robert Pattinson for his next Batman, Armie Hammer's name was constantly being thrown out there in many Batman Fancast discussions.
Yeah, except yours, TC. You didn't even include him in your Batman recast video. Okay, first of all, that was my first recast video ever and I hate it. Let's never speak of it again, okay? And Armie Hammer was meant to be Cyclops, not Batman.
Now look, I totally get it. Strong chin, tall, dapper, and looks like $1 million in a suit. But I never really got the Batman vibe from Hammer. Now I know he was actually cast as Batman in the Justice League Immortal movie that never came out, but he's always came off to me as a prick, especially after seeing him play the Winklevoss twins in The Social Network.
Please, arrive at the point. You don't have to be an intellectual property expert to understand the difference between right and wrong.
You're saying that I don't.
Of course I'm not saying that, sir. I'm saying that.
Enter Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, the Boy Scout, Charles Xavier's teacher's pet, who is the quintessential leader of the X-Men. What the previous movies had failed to do with James Marsden's Cyclops was to show Cyclops as a true leader and why the other X-Men would rally behind him and even follow his guidance. James Marsden's Cyclops was just a bit one-dimensional and pretty much just an overall prick most of the time, which made him very unlikable.
It must just burn you up that a boy like me saved your life, huh? You gotta be careful. I might not be there next time.
Now we know Hammer can play the entitled, douchey, privileged prick, but after movies like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and Mine, there's no doubt that he could bring another dimension to Cyclops on the big screen, a true leader that his fellow X-Men could respect. Armie Hammer is no Bruce Wayne. He was born to play Scott Summers, so Armie Hammer is my choice for the MCU's Cyclops.
Y'all really thought I was gonna put Wolverine into this video. Just throw him in, right? Just lump him in. Absolutely not. Wolverine is a beast. Wolverine deserves a whole video by himself. So that's coming up in the future. I hope you guys subscribe and stick around for that. What? How dare you do us like that, TC? Unsub, dislike button. Well, maybe after the Wolverine video.